Midterms are coming up soon. Maybe you're not quite yet in college, but you're feeling overwhelmed. Today I want to share with you what got me, a poorly educated, bad, delinquent student, to a 4.0 GPA. This is the system that allowed me to go from C's and D's to even some F's to completely 4.0, right? Multiple scholarships, multiple college admissions, and it's even helped me through college quite a bit. It's been my saving grace through college. If you don't know me, my name's David, and I've been on self-improvement for about 2 years. I'm sure you don't care to hear all that right now, but I have previous videos explaining who I am and my story. Right now, I want to go over the system that'll help you through college and beat the education system. All right. So likely if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's due to the volume of assignments. Okay, I have my notes with me right here so I can stay on track of this video, keep it short for you guys. So first one I want to get into is write out the due dates. Okay, if you have a bunch of assignments that you haven't really kept track of, you might think it's okay to keep it on your phone, right? To keep it, there on like a notepad or something. Actually, I've found that because I used to do the same thing or not even worry about it at all, right? And it's taken me multiple years to realize this. This isn't just something I figured out overnight, but write out the due dates. It sounds really typical, cliche, and it might sound like a waste of time, right? But that's kind of how you know that you need to do it. Like, the people that think that it's a waste of time are the people that needs to do it most. Okay? So you guys especially need to not worry about this, but do this. Grab a piece of paper, a piece of old mail, anything you can write with, whether it be like a Planet Fitness pen or, like even just a piece of lead if you have to, Sharpie, Expo marker. Go on a paper and write it down. Write down each assignment name and then the date that it's due. Okay? So write out just the month or like an abbreviation of the month and then the day. Okay? Or if you have to, just the day. Right? What this does is when you're allowed to, or when you finish an assignment, you cross it off. But if you've written out your test or your list, right, and you've realized that most of your assignments are minor and there's a couple majors littered in there, which ones are coming sooner? Okay? If there's a minor due the same day as a major, why would you focus on the minor? Get the most bang for your buck. If you're going to spend the time doing the assignment, and if you had to not do one of the assignments, which one would you rather not do? Which one would you rather make sure you get done, should I say? So, prioritize the major assignments. I know that seems like common sense, but you probably wouldn't be as stressed if you were already doing that. Okay? So put a little star next to the major assignments. Okay? If it's a test, go ahead and study like 10, 12 questions. Don't go over the entire thing. Maybe look at the learning objectives for the course test or something. If it's midterms, then same thing, honestly. If you're in college, all of your tests are exams, and they're all the same length as the midterm, pretty much. So I don't think you really need to worry too much about the differentiation. But just review like old exam reviews, or old exams if you have them. So we've covered the write-out due dates and the major minor assignments, differentiating the two and prioritizing. Now you need to breathe, because likely you've been forgetting to do that. I understand, man. It's difficult. When you're in that situation, you feel like it's life or death, and you feel like your entire world's going to come crumbling down if your grade in that class drops another 5 points. I understand, bro. Okay. And truthfully, if you're in college, almost all the assignments matter. unless they're like reading assessment questions. But other than that, they all have a significant impact on you. So, breathe, okay? Take like maybe 5 minutes, go do something different. Like, if you think this is a waste of time, again, this is for you. Like, this is for you people that think it's a waste of time. It will help you the most, right? It's actually a little bit ironic that what's going to be most time wasting isn't you taking a minute to breathe and gather your mental like thoughts, you know? It's going to be you sitting there over a paper like with a dull axe trying to chop away at this tree, you know? Rather than going off, taking a minute to breathe, relax, and chopping the tree down with a sharper axe, right? So take that time to breathe, and it's like you sharpening an axe, right? And then you go back and chop the rest of the tree down, okay? So, it'll definitely help you. And when I say go and relax, I mean go and do something that doesn't involve your mind, right? A form of meditation, a form of focus, not games, not TV, nothing like that. Go on a walk if you have to. Don't listen to music. I guess you could if you have to, but try not to if you can. Go on a walk and just kind of appreciate things. Maybe write down a couple things that you're grateful for. Okay? So, like, look at the weather. If it's sprinkling out and you like the rain, say you're grateful for the weather, you know, and then say why you're grateful for it. Say the mood that it evokes and things of that nature, you know. I could get a lot more in depth with stuff like this, but that's not the focus of today's video. The next step that you need to make sure, well, the next step in this process is planning, okay? This goes a lot with writing the due dates down and major minor assignments, but it takes it a little bit of a step further. You've already accomplished those steps of it. Now all you got to do is figure out, okay, here's how long I have until the due dates. Maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe it's the next 3 days. Maybe it's in a week, right? But you know there's a lot coming up, so you're starting to stress over it. Well, go ahead and plan out what you're going to do each of those days. Break down the assignments, right? You have a goal. Break it down into little pieces, little obtainable pieces. It's possible, bro. Like, you got this. Like, and there's a quote I wanted to, actually, that'll be next, but plan, okay? So, if you've got major assignments and you've assessed which ones are more important, write down how you're going to break up that major assignment into little bits. And likely, if you do this, you'll still be able to get the minor assignments done on time, right? But make sure you prioritize the major assignments and what will help your grade the most, okay? You got this, bro. All right. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was let tomorrow take care of itself. And you take care of today. Yesterday was already taken care of. All right? So, this was a quote by Jim Rohn. And it was really significant for me because my girlfriend was going through the same thing just a few weeks ago. This is a little bit personal, and I don't know if she'd be comfortable with me sharing this, but I'm going to share it anyway because it's not really something to be embarrassed about. It's something that I think could help you guys a lot. She had a lot of assignments due. There were a couple majors. There was some stuff that she was behind on, and she's in high school taking AP classes right now. Okay, and there was a lot of minor assignments as well, and her grade was kind of slipping in a couple of the classes. Along with this horrible cascade of assignments came along a horrible cascade of anxiety, which triggered a horrible cascade of negative thoughts and other aspects of her life. You know, insecurities started opening back up, bodily stuff even, you know, physical attractiveness, relationships, you know, it even affected her dreams. She was getting tension headaches, right? Like, this stress has a big impact on you. This is why breathing and taking a minute to just kind of let your mind rest not through video games or TV. Because be honest, when you're playing video games, when are you actually relaxing? Like when is your mind resting? When is it at ease? It's likely not, right? Because there's always that competitive nature if you're playing like Call of Duty or something. Hell, even Plants vs. Zombies, you know? It still stresses you out. It's just distracting you at the same time. Now, breathing, that's another reason why breathing is so important, okay? Physical stress has a disgusting amount of physical symptoms that could lead to, death overall. And it's really scary. Maybe you've seen your father, develop chronic issues due to the workplace, or your mother. Maybe you've seen their bodies, their wrinkles, their face over time. It's quite scary, and the same thing will happen to you if you let this continue to stress you out. Okay? You're working for your future. Alright? Don't jeopardize it at the same time. You're trying to work to give yourself a good income and future. Don't, steal more years of your future that you're working for now away. Okay? So, the next thing was focus. Now, this goes a lot with breathing and, but now that you've gotten all the steps, if you've been following this order, you should be able to focus. Go to a room, if you're lucky enough to have a school where there's a private study room or a collaboration room, maybe a library. If you're not that fortunate, just go somewhere quiet in the house, maybe step outside if you have to. If you live in a city, maybe a cafe or something, pop in some earbuds, listen to some, not heavy music, but just some light music or something. Things of that nature. Just find your zen, okay? Find a place you can just go to focus. Clear all your distractions. Don't take your phone with you. If you have to, turn on Do Not Disturb and make sure everyone on your phone is muted, right? Do not let yourself get distracted. And this is important because the next thing I'm about to step into, which is rest, okay? You've been working your ass off, okay? You're in school right now, and likely you're doing better than the majority of your peers, regardless of what you think, okay? Everyone thinks they're not, but then who actually is, right? So, don't use this BS Pandora method or whatever the fuck it's called. Where you go 20 minutes and then take a little rest, and then 20 minutes and take a little rest. It's like HIIT training, right? It kind of, but for the mind. Don't do that shit. It can be helpful in chronic situations, but it's not in any means the most effective. The most effective thing you can do is sit down and have a moment. Just a long period of time. You know why class periods are an hour and a half? Because science has shown that that's the best period of focus. Alright, now teachers just suck at keeping focus for children, and we're in a classroom environment with our friends and stuff, so likely we're not going to be able to focus because there's plenty of distractions around us. But when you're by yourself, even an hour, just an hour of good, solid, hard work, and you're out. Likely, that's an hour a day is all you need to get all of your assignments done. Throughout high school, that's all I needed. That's all I did. And I finished with a 4.0 GPA, right? College, it's the same thing, okay? Now, you might have to add 30 minutes, add 40 minutes, or, don't add 40 minutes onto the hour. Work for an hour, take a couple hours off, then come back and work for an hour. So maybe that'll look more like you wake up, you work for an hour, and then you go through the rest of your day, and then at the end of the day, before you go to bed, you work for another hour, and then you go to sleep. See, so that'd be a good day a good way to wake up and you'll get shit done. You'll feel more confident. You'll be like, damn, I got some shit done today. And then you'll go through the rest of the day kicking ass, whatever you're doing. So it'll improve your social skills. It'll improve everything. It'll improve all aspects of your life, right? So, yeah, that kind of took a good turn, didn't it? This overwhelming feeling and shit. This system helps not only your schoolwork, but the entire quality of your life, right? And this is applicable for all forms of schooling, elementary, high school, med school, college, anything. Dual enrollment, AP. It doesn't matter what your circumstances. This system is applicable, right? And if you have to modify it, then modify it slightly. But do not use the Pandora method. It'll get your focus off, and then you'll struggle getting back on it because it's schoolwork. Who's going to want to go back to schoolwork, right? If you're giving yourself all these different outs and allowing yourself to go to different, your mind to go to different places, it's going to be all that much harder to get back on it. And all it takes is one more failure. You're giving yourself all those chances to fail, right? Just go in, get your shit done. You don't want to be doing this all day. You don't want to be thinking about this all day. You want to go in there with the mindset that you're going to work, and then you want to focus on that work. You don't want to be doing your other shit later and be thinking about work, because that's going to impair, if you're spending time with your girlfriend, right? And I'll be a little bit personal here. If I was spending time with my girlfriend, or if we were planning a vacation, right, I would not sit there and focus on the vacation about work, because that would lead to an unhappy vacation, and then when I'm at work, I'm thinking about a vacation. That's taking my mind off work and making the quality of my work a lot shittier. The same thing happens in the vacation. You're not able to spend quality time with your family. Maybe you'll be thinking about work and your wife will mention something about, getting smoothies at a tiki bar or something, and you just snap at her. Like, you just get annoyed with her, just slightly aggravated, because it's like, she's so carefree, and you're all stressed out because you're thinking about work. All right? You're not able to enjoy the moment with her. You're not able to be present with her, right? There's a whole other aspect I can go off with that route about how to improve your relationships with people and just how to improve your overall life quality. But I think that pretty much summarizes what I wanted to talk about here. And I hope you students, I know this would help you students if you just implemented it. All right? It's fairly simple to implement. And once you got it, you've got it for life. It's something you can apply it anywhere, anytime. Okay? I wish you guys the best. All right, I really do. I know I struggle. I know how much of a struggle it is. I got a midterm exam and 2 essays, as well as a few quizzes due the same day, and a speech. And then also in the same week, I have another essay and some other stuff, and a lab report. So we're in that grind together, buddy. All right. I just finished the planning stage of it myself. Right? Oh, and I got the SAT that week. So, with that being said, if you guys are looking for any kind of mentorship, like getting your life together, because this content is mainly about self-improvement. If you don't know where to start, if you're struggling on your circumstance, you just don't think there's a way you can start, you're at a complete loss as to what to do, I have a link on my email, or I have a link to my email on the homepage of YouTube in my channel description. Go send me an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. We can meet face-to-face. We can have a phone call. We can Skype, video chat, Zoom, whatever works for you. I want to talk to you and hear your circumstances. I want to hear about your situation. I want to hear about your journey so far. It doesn't matter if you've made any progress. It doesn't matter if you've made any achievements. I kind of just want to hear about your progress so far. Right? I want to hear some like-minded people. If you're watching this kind of content, it likely means that you're on the same kind of goal. you're on the same kind of path as I am, or you want to be. And I'm excited to help you get there, because I've been on it for 2 years, and it's rare to see anyone with the same kind of, values, or the same kind of ambition that I have. And it's quite sad, and I want to have more like-minded people on this journey with me. And so I welcome you. I invite you with opening arms, and I want to help you get on it. So hit that link in the email. Give me a call. I'm not going to, offer you any products or anything. There's no service fee or any shit involved. It's quite literally just picking up the phone and calling a friend. Alright? I'm here to talk to you guys. Yeah. Stay on task.